Hello aspirants, welcome to IAS Icons. I hope I am audible to you and video is clearly visible. Sir, this lecture is gonna be very important for all those aspirants who are actually in very initial stage of their preparation, or I can say that who are just starting with their preparation. As a beginner, we all have such queries, we all have such questions. Sir, I want to prepare for UPSC, but I don't have the idea from where I can actually start. How will I start my preparation? How will uh, the initial phase be like? What are the books I need to read? What are the subjects I need to cover? So guys, if you are one of those who have such queries, this session is going to be very important. I request all of you who have joined, please share the video so that all your friends can join us. A very important session is coming up, especially for those if you are just about to begin with their preparation, beginners, or in an initial phase. If you are, sir, this lecture will help you a lot. Hi students, hi Aparna, Shehnaz, Mohammad Nazam, Vanisha Gupta. Good evening guys, how are you? Sir, please join the class, please share the class with your friends, ask them to join, and we'll have n number of questions today. All your questions that you have in your mind, you must be having a number of questions, sir. What these things are like, how can we proceed with the preparation, what are the subjects we need to cover, how can we start, what are the books to be read. So we'll discuss each and everything in depth, in detail. Guys, you are starting your preparation with India's largest learning platform, Unacademy. We Unacademy will offer you best of the guidance which will help you qualify this examination. You need to enroll with Unacademy. You will get widest choice of educators who will give you best of the classes, and ultimately you will be able to clear this examination. India's best educators will be available to you only at Unacademy. Sir, my name is Shubham Sardhalia. I am your educator and mentor for this UPSC CSE preparation. Sir, we'll be starting the class shortly. Before that, I want to tell you certain things. Sir, Unacademy will be offering you subject based lecture to lecture classes with our Unacademy subscription. Sir, not everything can be delivered through YouTube, so you need to opt for our subscriptions, and these subscriptions are available to you as Plus and Iconic. So with the help of Plus and Iconic subscriptions, you can purchase our course, you can opt for our courses with the help of this code IAS Icons. For a very limited period of time, with this code IAS Icons, you can get 20% of discount on all the courses at Unacademy. So sir, join today. Don't forget to use the course IAS Icons. You will be getting discount for optional subscriptions. Also, you can opt with the help of 0% EMI. Sir, this is very interesting option for all those students who are unable to pay the entire amount at once. Sir, if you want to opt for the subscription but you are not willing to pay the entire amount at once, you can simply opt for 0% EMI. You need to call on this number and will provide you easiest possible loan for UPSC CSE with minimum paperwork, and you can enroll and start preparing. Sir, before we proceed further, a very important announcement. Unacademy has brought for you Super Combat, a gamified live scholarship test. Here you will be asked 50 questions and you have to answer them in 60 minutes, and those who are able to do it, and anybody who is securing rank 1 will be awarded with a Samsung mobile. Rank 1 to 3 will be getting UPSC notes, and 250 lucky participants will get Amazon vouchers. So enroll today, start your preparation, and ultimately use this code IAS Icons and you'll be able to win exciting prizes along with your preparation. So now we have questions coming up. Vanisha says, sir, please tell about the syllabus. Palak Priya says, sir, I am 12th pass and wanna try for civils. Akash is there, Aparna, Palak Priya. Sir, I am taking bachelor degree in pol science, and then in 3 years I'll be additionally start my preparation. Is it best? Guys, I'll be answering all your queries, all your questions. First of all, let me give you the brief idea of this examination, of this entire exam journey. Sir, it's said, learn to enjoy the journey. Learn to enjoy the journey. Destination will be a cakewalk. Sir, when it comes to UPSC exam, all those students who have joined me here, can you please tell me what is your ultimate aim? Sir, our ultimate aim is qualifying this examination and serving the country as IAS, IPS, IFS, and serving the nation through other services. In order to reach out to that destination, there is a journey. This journey is known as what? UPSC preparation. Majority of India's youth at some point of his or her life either has done this preparation or definitely had thought to prepare for this examination. This is what is UPSC, sir. This is one such exam that takes you to the topmost offices in the country. All those who will qualify this examination, sir, tomorrow you will be deciding the future of this country. You will be sitting with the prime minister, you will be sitting with the ministers, and ultimately you will be deciding the course of every individual in this country. What I'll be doing, what your parents will be doing, what this entire nation would be doing 10 years, 20 years down the line, this is decided by our bureaucracy. This will be decided by you people. But for that, you have to get into this service, sir. Students have certain queries, and I'll try to address all those queries in this examination, sir. If you qualify this exam with a good rank, you can be inducted as IAS officer, where you will be posted as Deputy Commissioner or District Collector. You can get into Indian Police Services, you can get into Indian Foreign Services. Apart from that, we have 20 other services. We have services like Indian Revenue Services, we have Railway Services, we have Telegraph and Postal Services. Various other services are there, and we can be part of this. No matter in which service you get into, you will be able to make a difference, and that difference would matter to somebody in this entire nation. Remember, or imagine that you are doing something which is actually changing somebody's life for good. That's the opportunity, that's the power this exam, this UPSC preparation gives to you. Hi Rishika Verma, how are you? Welcome to our class. Welcome to everybody who has joined this class. I'll be answering all your queries gradually as we proceed further. Sir, an examination that will make your way to India's top offices. In nation's top offices and nation's top officers go through this process, or go through the process of this examination, which is known as civil service examination, which is conducted by a body known as Union Public Service Commission, UPSC. That's why it is called as UPSC preparation, because the body that is organizing or that conducts this exam is UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. You will be getting into public services. Term public service, sir, you will be public servant. And ultimately, you will be making difference to the life of people of this country. UPSC is a constitutional body that conducts various examinations, and this civil service examination is one of those. Apart from this, UPSC conducts various examinations. Civil service examination is there, engineering service examination, combined medical services, combined defense services, National Defense Academy. These are the various examinations which are conducted by UPSC, and lakhs of aspirants every year take part in these examinations. What we are talking here is civil service examination, which gets us into services like IAS, IPS. Ayush is asking, sir, from YouTube, will I prepare GS paper? Sir, we will be bringing certain lectures on YouTube. Very soon you will be getting regular lectures. I'll be bringing up for you NCERTs, because that become really important. Apart from that, we'll be discussing journal books that are recommended for UPSC examination. So gradually we'll be starting with n number of things that will be helpful for your UPSC preparation. And apart from this, sir, if you want in-depth, in detail preparation about for this examination, if you actually want to qualify this examination, you will have to enroll with us in our courses with the help of this code IAS Icons. All those who have joined me here, Ayush, Rishika, Palak, Aparna, Akash, Vanisha, Mohammad Nazam, Shehnaz. Sir, I want to ask you one question. What do you guys know about this UPSC civil service examination? Since you have joined this class, you are attending this class, you are giving your valuable time for this class. There must be certain things, there must be certain points that you know about this examination. Let me know it from you. all things you know about this examination. UPSC CSE, you will be, just because you have joined this class, this shows that you'll be preparing for this exam or you are already preparing for this exam. So what information, what idea you have about this examination, just let me know. Rishika is saying, sir, I have to give exam in 2021. Which batch of Unacademy should I join? Rishika, I would suggest you can join as early as possible. Why? Because once you join the batch, you will be able to understand the entire syllabus of UPSC. For example, you join us today. By the year 2023 or by the October of 2023, you will be able to, or you will be covered with entire syllabus. Now for next 2 years, for the year 2024 and mid of 2025, you can just revise those things. You can practice multiple choice questions, you can go for answer writing, you can look for the previous year questions, and ultimately this will boost your preparation. So a very big possibility that if you enroll today, when in the year 2025 you go and appear in the examination, you are able to secure rank 1 or rank 2, or in that case a single digit rank. So quite possible securing rank in this examination seems to be a really difficult task, but sir, if we plan our things according to that, sir, we can actually do wonders in this examination, and that's what I'll be discussing in this lecture. Rishika is saying, sir, exam is conducted in 3 stages. Palak is saying, I just want to tell, when we get power as an officer, we can easily solve the problems. Yes. Sir, this is very important. We have to remember this approach. Every question, when asked in UPSC, there will be certain questions where a problem statement would be given. A problem statement would be given. For example, if you talk about, sir, if you have idea about it, currently mains for the year 2022 mains examination is going on. Yesterday only I was going through GS paper 3 and we had questions from internal security. A question was related to cyber security. So sir, UPSC will ask you such questions that we are facing the problem of cyber security. What according to you is the solution? You know why? It's not that UPSC wants to test your knowledge only here, that whether you know about cyber security or not. Sir, tomorrow when you become the part of this bureaucracy, tomorrow when you become the collector, tomorrow when you become senior superintendent of police, you will be coming across such problems. There would be people coming up to you that SSP, sir, I have been subjected to a cyber crime. My business has been subjected to a cyber crime, my bank account has been subjected to a cyber crime. So what are the solutions? So you need to know this. So that's what Palak just said, that we can easily solve the problem. Exactly, we need to have this problem solving approach. We have to solve problems of the people once we get into these services. The nature of this examination. Okay, I'll ask you one question. How many of you agree to this, that this exam is said to be the toughest exam? This exam is said to be the toughest exam. Have you heard this? Many of you must have come across, many of you must have told your relatives, your family members that, see, I'll be preparing for UPSC, I'll be appearing for UPSC exam, and they would have given you this statement, sir, UPSC is world's toughest examination, or at least India's toughest examination. So how many of you have heard this statement from coming up from somebody that UPSC is the toughest exam? Or how many of you actually agree to this, that UPSC is the toughest exam? Sir, this is not the toughest exam. I'll give you the reasons in this lecture. First, let us understand the stages of this, the phases of this examination. This is a 3-phase exam that will be conducted in 3 stages. What are the stages? Prelims, mains, and interview. How many of you knew about this, that exam is conducted in 3 stages? Yes, Aparna, Ayush, Vanisha, sir, everybody must have come across this statement, either coming from their relatives, either coming from their friends, or even the family members, that this is the toughest examination. Sir, a 3-phase examination that has been designed in such a way to get best out of all. Sir, ultimately, let's remember what is gonna be our job profile once we qualify this examination. Sir, we will be sitting in those offices which will decide the course of this country, which will decide the future of this country. You will decide the future of nation. Abhinay Srivastav, Om, Vanisha Gupta. Welcome to this class, everybody. Sir, that's why the exam process is designed in such a manner that best of the people can be shortlisted, and that's why exam goes through 3-step process. A reality about this examination which may scare few of you. Do you know how many people apply for this examination? This exam is conducted somewhere in the mid every year. So we can expect the exam to be conducted in May or June. Most probably this is being conducted in month of May only. So in the month of May or June this exam takes place. And in the month of Feb, UPSC comes out with the notification. UPSC brings for you the notification that we will be conducting UPSC civil service examination for the particular year, and you need to apply for this examination. Once the UPSC comes out with this notification, at least 10 lakh applications reach to UPSC. Sir, 1 million Indians apply for this examination every year. How many of you had this idea that 1 million people are actually applying for this examination? Sir, undoubtedly, this is the examination that gives you unlimited opportunities, that gives you certain powers, that gives you certain privileges which are not available to a common man. So this makes your life less ordinary, or this makes your life very different from a common man. So these perks, these incentives become really attractive for everybody. You must have seen the collector of your district, you must have seen the SSP of your district. So the aura, the personality they have, the powers they enjoy, the perks they enjoy, this will fascinate anybody to be part of these services. That's why, sir, 10 lakh people apply for this examination. But by the time prelims is there, more than 50% of these applicants, they would decide not to appear for the examination. Sir, by the time, are you understanding? By the time prelims exam is there, more than 50% of the applicants who applied for this exam will make their mind that no, I won't be appearing. You must have seen people around you also who say that no, I am preparing for UPSC, but I'll not be giving my attempt this year. I'll be giving the attempt next year. So, sir, one positive thing coming up here is, even before you appeared in the very first stage of the examination, more than 50% of your competition has already wiped out. You need not to compete with 50% of the more than 50% of the applicants. On an average, the number of aspirants who appear in this first stage, which is the prelims, is approximately 4 to 5 lakhs. 4.5 lakhs, sir, this number is approx. Okay, approximately 4.5 lakh aspirants will appear in the prelims examination, and this number makes prelims the most challenging part. Many of you must have heard it from your seniors, you must have heard it in topper interviews that, sir, prelims is the most difficult part. Will you agree with me that prelims is the most difficult part? Sir, what makes prelims the most difficult is actually the competition. Sir, you are competing with 4.5 lakh people, out of which only 10,000 will qualify. Sir, 4 lakh and 40,000 aspirants will have to stop their journey for the year because they will not be able to qualify the prelim. So this is what makes the first step so difficult, that you have to perform better than more than 4 lakh aspirants. Do you think You have prepared so well that you can leave behind 4 lakh aspirants. Do you think that? I'll ask you, Om, Aparna, Abhinay, Ayush, Vanisha, and everybody who has joined this class. Sir, what makes you think that you will be able to leave behind this 4 lakh aspirants? Or in that case, this 4 lakh 40,000 aspirants? What is that which will make you different, your preparation different from others, as a result of which you will be able to qualify prelims but they will not be able to? Sir, what will make the difference is how well you prepare. So, in this second step, which is known as mains, 10,000 aspirants will appear for mains. Out of this 10,000, approximately 2,000 to 2,500 will qualify mains. And these 2,000 to 2,500 will reach to the interview level, where somewhere around 800 to 900 people will finally be selected. Sir, a journey that was started with 10 lakh applications. You started a journey with 10 lakh applications. In the very next step, you were left with 4.5 lakh people. In very next step, sir, there were just 10,000 of them. In the next step, there were just 2,000 of them. And finally, you are left with only 800 to 900 people who will be qualifying this examination and actually will become part of India's bureaucracy. How many of you want to be part of this elite group of 800 to 900 people? Just raise your hands. Okay, Aparna. Aparna is saying, sir, soon, because I am into the process of my preparation. So soon I'll be able to manage my preparation in a way that I'll be able to qualify this examination. All those who wish, or all those who feel that, yes, sir, I will be the part of this 800 to 900 people list, just give me a thumbs up. Many of you must be thinking, sir, we already know these things, but if you go by the topic of today, this lecture was designed particularly for the beginners, those who want to qualify this examination but don't have much idea about this exam. So, sir, this exam demands two things from you. If you want to appear in this examination, you have to be of 21 years minimum and you must have done your graduation. And of course, you need to be Indian citizen. Sir, these three are the only requirements for anybody to appear in this examination. Okay, Om is there, Aparna is there, and I actually pray that all of you get into this final selection list. Sir, first question that comes up in minds is, sir, who all can appear in this examination? Only three requirements. You have to be Indian citizen, you must be 21 years of old, and you must have done your graduation. If you fulfill these three criteria, there is nothing stopping you. You simply have to apply. When UPSC notification is out, you have to apply and you can appear in this examination. Let's go to stage 1 of this examination, that is the prelims. Sir, prelims, which I told you is considered to be the most difficult stage, is actually divided into two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 says General Studies GS and paper 2 is Cset, Civil Services Aptitude Test. Guys, can you please tell me what do you understand by General Studies paper and what do you understand by Cset paper? I hope I am clear till here. You are able to understand what I am saying. Aparna, Om, Abhinay, Ayush, are we getting things or not? Palak Priya, Rishika Verma, Vanisha, Mohammad Nazim, Shahnaz. Sir, are we getting things or not? Sir, GS General Studies is an umbrella term that is used here. When it comes to prelims, you can be asked anything under the sky. Anything under the sky can be asked to you in UPSC prelims when it comes to GS paper 1. Other is GS paper 2, what we know as prelims paper 2, what we know as CSET. Sir, CSET will include English, reasoning, and numerical abilities. First, let us talk about GS paper 1. This will have subjects like history, polity, economy, geography, science and tech, environment, and along with that, something really important. There is one topic in syllabus which is known as current events of national and international importance. Current events of national and international importance. So, sir, current events of national and international importance. Let's start with this. How can we know, or how we are able to understand, or how we get to know that what are the things going on around in our country, what are the things going around in the world? I'll give you one example. Few days back, Her Excellency the Queen of United Kingdom passed away. How you got to know? This was an international news. For example, SEO summit was going on. How we got to know? That was an international news. Just a day ago, cheetahs were brought from Namibia in India and were sent to a area in Madhya Pradesh. How we got to know? What is the source of this information? That very source will become your study material when it comes to current events of national and international importance. Sir, I am talking about newspapers. Then we have subjects history, polity, economy, geography, science and tech, environment. I'll be telling you the sources for them also. The pattern for this paper is you will be asked 100 questions. I am talking about GS paper or paper 1. You will be asked 100 questions. Each question will be of 2 marks and ultimately maximum marks will be 200. So paper 1 will be of 200 marks and question will be multiple choice. You will be given a question statement and you will have 4 options. You will have to decide which option is correct. Now this thing brings smile on many students, many aspirants face that, sir, we'll be having 4 options, we have to choose one. Then it's completely fine. We'll go chant the name of God and then we'll mark the option and God will help us. Many people go with this approach that, yeah, out of these 4 options, one has to be correct, so we'll just guess it. We'll just ask God to help us. But sir, that's bit difficult. You know why? Because every question comes with a negative marking. You know what's negative marking? How many of you know what's negative marking? Sir, negative marking is a concept that UPSC uses here. What is negative marking? For example, you attempted 10 questions. Out of those 10 questions, all 10 were right. So 20 marks you will be getting because you have correctly answered 10 questions. But question number 11th and 12th, you attempted but it was wrong. So since it was wrong, you will be getting no marks for this 11th and 12th question. But sir, for every wrong answer that you make, your 0.66 marks will be deducted. If we consider the paper to be till 12 questions only, so your 2 questions were right, your 10 questions were right, you were getting 20 marks. But your 2 questions were wrong, and for every wrong answer, you will have to lose 0.66 marks. So now if the exam was of 12 questions, even though you were getting 20 marks, you will have to give up on certain marks because of negative marking, and now your score would be somewhere around 18.70. So this negative marking is the concept followed in order to prevent aspirants from doing the guesswork. Ultimately, answer is from those 4 options only. So somebody's like, let's go for A, let's go for C, let's go for D. In order to avoid that thing, see, you need to remember that if you haven't attempted a question, then there is no issue. But if you attempt the question and it's wrong, then you will be subjected to this negative marking. Got it, sir? Any doubt with this pattern of paper 1? Do we have any doubt with the pattern of paper 1 till here? Aparna, 0.33%. Many students get confused on this. UPSC in its notification says that they will be deducting 0.33% of the total marks. So since every question is of 2 marks, so 0.33% of 2 becomes 0.66. And there is another paper which is known as CSET. Sir, here is a small difference. Your CSET paper will have 80 questions and each question will be of 2.5 marks. And do you know one thing? This CSET paper is qualifying in nature. What do we mean by qualifying? Can anybody tell me? There will be certain papers in this entire mains examination and even prelims also that will be qualifying in nature. What is the meaning of qualifying paper? Can anybody tell me? Sir, qualifying paper means you have to get minimum certain percentage of marks. You need to get 33% marks out of the total. This paper, 80 questions, each question 2.5 marks. 200 marks paper is your CSET, and 33% of 200 is 66. So you need to get 66 marks. Now here is one catch. Sir, these marks of CSET will never be included anywhere. What will happen? For example, somebody scores 67 marks in CSET and there is another person who secures complete 200 marks in paper 2 or CSET. Sir, there is no difference. Both these will be at the same level. So we need to remember that it's qualifying in nature. The only exam or only marks that will decide whether you qualify your prelims or not is this paper 1. So 200 marks paper, 100 questions, each question getting 2 marks. How much you secure out of these 200 in paper 1, that will decide whether you qualify prelims or not. You must have heard that UPSC says its cutoff is 95. Some years UPSC says the cutoff was 104. So this 104 has to be from this paper 1 only. It's not that somebody is getting 75 marks in paper 1 and he is getting again 75 marks in paper 2 also. So he'll claim that, sir, since I have got 75, my total score is 150. As per UPSC, cutoff is 104, so I should qualify prelims, but I cannot see my list in the my name in the list of those selected for mains. So you need to remember it's the GS paper 1 that will make the difference. So from here, how many will be? Sir, GS, Aparna, GS paper 1 is not qualifying in nature. GS paper 1's marks will actually decide that whether you will write your mains or not. It's only the CSET paper that is qualifying, don't get confused. If you get 67 marks in CSET, the purpose is solved. If somebody is getting 150 also, that's not bad, that's actually good. But 67 and 150 in this paper 2 of CSET would mean the same. But each and every mark, even fraction of mark, would matter when it comes to paper 1, that is general studies. So sir, 4.5 lakh people appeared for this examination and only 10,000 could qualify. Qualifying prelims is a big thing in itself. All those 10,000 who will qualify this examination will be getting that feeling of joy that yeah, we qualified UPSC prelims. But is that sufficient? No sir. There's still a long way to go. All those people who qualify this examination, these 10,000 aspirants. No, Rishika. Yeah, this is something really important I need to tell you. Rishika is asking, sir, if we get more marks in CSAT, will it help us in our interview? Sir, you need to remember that while you will be appearing for your interview, neither you know what was your score in paper 1, what was your score in CSAT, neither the interview board will know that what was your score in these examinations. That's why UPSC declares scorecards only when the entire process is complete. When final selection list is out, after that UPSC tells you your marks for CSAT also, they will tell you for marks for prelims, GS paper 1 also, they will tell you marks for your mains also, and they will tell you marks for your interview also. But before that, like the day you will be appearing for your interview, neither you will have any idea that how much score you got in CSAT, how much score you got in GS paper 1 for prelims, or how much score you got in mains, and neither the interview board. This is done to make this entire process very much fair and clear. See what happens, for example, if any of you qualifies the examination tomorrow and 20 years down the line you will be sitting in that interview panel. So once a mark sheet reaches to you, you see that this particular candidate has scored 170 marks in his GS prelims, and there is another candidate who got just 110. So there may be biasness coming in your mind that since he got 117 in prelims itself, he must be better than the other guy. So that thing should not come. That's why UPSC will never reveal your marks to anybody before the entire process is complete. Now all these 10,000 people will head towards another journey that will take place approximately 3 to 4 months after the result of prelims. That is what is known as mains, and 2022 mains is going on. Do you know? How many of you knew this, that mains for 2022 is currently going on? Excuse me, please. So, sir, these 10,000 people now head towards another round that is known as UPSC mains. Just like GS paper 1 and CSET, in mains also you will have qualifying papers, and you will have certain other papers which are known as merit papers. These will be the papers which will decide your rank, your score. Sir, remember the marks of prelims will never be added into your final score. Prelims marks will not be added. You must have seen topper talks, you must have come across news like this, that this particular individual has qualified UPSC examination, has scored this much marks. That final mark list will never include your marks of prelims. Only marks from your mains and personality test will be included. So sir, mains is a long process of 5 to 7 days. In this mains examination, you will have two types of papers, qualifying and merit. Let's first talk about qualifying papers. I hope we already got the example of Cset, so we are able to understand what are the qualifying papers. These will be the papers where we need to score certain amount of marks, but getting higher number won't help us in any way. Sir, there are two papers. One is of language and another is English. One will be your language paper, other will be your English paper. Each of these will be of 300 marks, and in order to qualify this paper you need to get 25%, that is minimum 75 marks. Rishika Verma says, sir, in qualifying paper 1, that is language, can we choose language as English? No, Rishika, I'll tell you why we cannot choose English here. I'll tell you why we cannot choose English here. Govind, yes, sir, 8 months is enough of time if you religiously prepare for this examination with proper guidance. Now I'll come to this, that what is the best strategy to qualify this examination? Are we clear till here? There will be two papers, each of them will be of 300 marks, and we'll have to secure 25% or 75 marks in both. When it comes to language, there is something known as 8th schedule of the constitution. 8th schedule of Indian constitution, do you know about it? Do we have some idea about this 8th schedule? Rishika, listen very carefully, because here is the answer for your question, that can we opt for English as a subject in language. There is something known as 8th schedule of the constitution, which includes 22 languages. Sir, for your language paper, you have to choose any of the language from these 22 languages that are mentioned in the 8th schedule of constitution. We have languages like Assami, Bengali. We have language like Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Bodo, Santhali and Dogri. But in this entire list, did I say English anywhere? Rishika, did I say English anywhere? While I told you these 22 languages, did I say English? No, I didn't say English, because English is not the part of this 22 languages under the 8th schedule. So it is mandatory to opt for any of the language from these 22 languages. So I hope, Rishika, you got the answer for your question. No, bache, we cannot opt for English in language. That's why we have another paper that will entirely be of English. Are we clear till here or not? Sir, I am going very slow so that I am able to take each and every doubt of yours. So another qualifying paper will be of English language, and we are able to get through this portion, that is qualifying paper. But the struggle comes here. We have merit papers. In total, UPSC mains has 9 papers: 2 qualifying, language and English, 11 merit papers. These 11 papers are further divided into 3 categories. One is our essay, other is GS. I'm sorry, mains will have total 9 papers, 2 will be qualifying and 7 merit papers. I got confused. I wrote 11 because in general UPSC, when you are preparing for UPSC, you will have to go through 11 exams, 2 in your prelims, 9 in your mains. So we'll do it again. For mains, we have to appear in 9 papers. 2 are your qualifying papers and 7 are your merit papers. These 7 papers are divided into 3 categories: essay, general studies and optional. Sir, essay is one paper of 250 marks. Under GS, we'll have 4 papers: GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, and then we'll have 2 papers for optional. Each of them will be carrying 250 marks. Are we getting here or not? So our essay is of 250 marks. Our optional is divided into 2. Our GS is divided into 4. Each of these will be of 250 marks: 250 essay, 250 for GS paper 1, 250 for GS paper 2, 250 for GS paper 3, 250 for GS paper 4, and 250 for optional paper 1, 250 for optional paper 2. Total this becomes 250 plus 250, 500, 750, 1000, 1250, 1500, 1750. So your mains is of 1750 marks. Are we clear till here? Aparna, Om, Rishika, are we clear till here, guys? So we need to remember that 1750 marks will be able to fetch from our mains. So that's the maximum. It's not possible to get 1750 only, but maximum marks that our mains can get us is 1750. Now next question that comes up is, sir, what is GS paper 1, GS paper 2, 3, 4? Can anybody tell me something about this GS paper 1, 2, 3, 4? Aparna, Om, Rishika and all those who have joined. Can anybody tell me what are these papers GS 1, 2, 3, 4? Sir, these 4 papers, this GS 1, 2, 3, 4 has wide range of subjects. For example, in your GS paper 1, you will have questions from subjects like history, art and culture, geography, Indian society. These subjects will be further divided. For example, in history, you will have ancient history of India, medieval history of India, history of India, India's history post independence. You will have history of the world. In geography, you have India's geography, world geography. Then we have Indian society. In GS paper 2, you will get subjects like governance, constitution, polity, social justice, international relations. In GS 3, you have subjects like economy, science and technology, environment, disaster management, internal security. In GS paper 4, you have subjects like ethics, integrity and aptitude. Sir, these four journal studies papers will include these subjects, and you will have to prepare them thoroughly. Only then you will be able to answer the questions in main. Are we clear till here or not? Just let me know, are we clear guys or not? Aparna, Om, Rishika. So then comes something known as optional. Sir, in optional, UPSC gives you choice to choose any subject. There is a long list of subjects which includes top subjects like sociology, public administration, political science, international relation, geography, anthropology, economy, mathematics, physics, chemistry, management, and this list is endless. This long list of optional subjects which you can choose while writing your optional. It's entirely your call which subject to opt for. For example, if somebody opts for sociology, in his mains he'll be getting two papers from sociology only. Optional paper 1, optional paper 2. Both of these papers will be from this sociology subject only. So I'm again telling you, it's entirely your call which subject you will opt for. Aparna, environment is included in GS paper 3, environment and ecology. So sir, if we are able to understand things still here, I think we are done with the mains. Yeah, we are left with essay. So essay is one such paper where you will be getting a paper like this. You will be getting two sections, A and B. Both sections A and B will have four topics on which you will have to write a brief good essay for at least of 1500 words. And choice would be given, you have to write one from A section and one from B section. So four essays will be there in section A and four will be there in B. In totality, you have to write two essays. But remember, don't think that if, for example, you know two essays from B section only and you don't know any of from the A, so you can just write two essays from B only. You have to write one essay from A section, one from B section. So this will again fetch you 250 marks. So sir, 250 for essay, 250 for GS1, 250 for GS2, 250 for GS3, 250 for GS4, 250 for optional 1, 250 for optional 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Together they make up to 1750 marks. Now tell me, how many students came for this mains? There were 10,000 of them. And how many will qualify this? Sir, mere 2,000. Are we clear till here or not? Are we getting things or not? Just let me know, guys. Rishika, Aparna, are you finding the class informative? Do you think this class will help you gradually when you proceed with your preparation? So sir, now these 2000 aspirants are preparing for something known as personality test, or what we call it as interview. This interview is of 2075 marks. Sir, the final stage of this entire preparation will be your personal interview. The marks you obtained in your mains and the marks you obtain in your interview will ultimately decide your final scorecard. Sir, in the beginning I told you, or rather I asked you, that do you agree UPSC is the toughest examination? And many of you said yes sir, it is the toughest examination. Sir, I'll tell you something. Mains was of 1750 marks and your personality test is of 2075 marks. So total this entire exam journey is of 2025 marks. Sir, out of 2025, if you are able to secure more than 1000, sir, I can challenge you will fall in the category of single or at max double digit rank. You, if somewhere you are getting 1050 marks or 1100 marks or 1200 marks, sir, you will be among the toppers. So sir, I'll like to politely disagree here. If this was the toughest examination, fetching mere 50% marks would never make you the topper. You tell me any exam. Some of you must be the toppers in your school or college. To be topper in school, college or university, you need to secure somewhere around 80%, 90%, 95% marks. But sir, the only examination in the world, or at least only examination in India, where if you are able to get more than 50% marks, sir, you are among the list of toppers. That's how this entire exam journey goes, starting from application to personal interview. So out of these 2000 people who came for interview, approximately 800 to 900, depending upon the vacancies available. So every year in its notification, UPSC tells you that we will be recruiting for these number of vacancies. So 800 to 900, depending upon the vacancies that year, these people will finally be selected to be the part of India's bureaucracy. Why it's unplanned? Yes, sir. How may I help you? Are we clear till here? Sir, always remember this exam is not difficult. It's only the amount of syllabus we need to know. The size of syllabus is the only thing that makes this exam difficult. Otherwise, mere 50% marks and you are the topper. That's really a good thing in itself. Will you guys agree with me or not? So how many of you think that, yeah sir, we can get 50% marks? How many of you will join me and say that, yes sir, we will get 50% marks and we will be the toppers in the year we attempt this examination? So till now, what all we discussed was just one portion of this discussion, sir. A big portion is still lying behind. Sir, you are a beginner. You need to start the preparation. Okay, by now you got the idea that, yeah, how this exam process will take place. But a very big question is still pending. Sir, what to study? By the discussion we had till now, can you tell me broadly what are the subjects that are to be covered? Broadly, you guys tell me what are the subjects we need to cover. Guys, do follow this lecture to the end, because at the end I'll tell you how many hours to study to start with. Yes, very right. History, geography, polity. Sir, broadly, to start with, as a beginner, we need to study history, polity, economy, geography, science and tech, environment, art and culture, and most important, current affairs. Sir, from this point onwards, I would request you guys to either take these three screenshots or have a pen and notebook with you so that you can note down the sources. Now I'll be telling you what are the subjects and what are the sources to cover those subjects. Sir, polity, Indian polity. So, 6th to 12th NCERTs, what we used to study as civics, we need to go through these NCERTs from class 6 to 12. Sir, UPSC preparation demands something that you need to read NCERTs. Yeah, Aparna, we are coming on that only. Guys, always remember, read one book 10 times. It will give you better results as compared to reading 10 books one time. The biggest lesson that you need to learn throughout, that you need to remember throughout this journey, is you need to keep your sources limited. Sir, today unlimited material is available when it comes to UPSC examination. Unlimited things are there in the market. Many of you will agree, sir. You go to Google, you search UPSC study material, your entire Google will be flooded, and equal number or even higher material is available in offline when you go out in bookshops. Nobody in the entire world can say that, yeah, I have read each and every book meant for UPSC preparation. Sir, there are thousands of books, there are thousands of pages. We need to keep our sources crisp and limited. So you need to note down all these sources, because I'll tell you, sir, first we need to master these sources. It's not that I am stopping you from reading anything other than these sources, but I'll tell you one thing. First, let's master these sources. Once you are able to do, once you remember each and every word, each and every statement written in these books that I'll tell you, then you can go for another books also, but make sure that these things are covered at once. Sir, being from science background, do I need to start from NCRT only? Rishika, everybody should start from NCERTs only. And a good news for all of you, you religiously follow this channel, very soon I'll be coming up with NCERT classes. Sir, on this channel only at YouTube, I'll be giving you classes for NCERTs. These NCERT classes, I'll be covering each and every NCERT that I am mentioning with you. So very soon you will be seeing my NCERT classes. Only thing is that you have to join us every day. I'll share the schedule very soon, that at what time we'll be discussing which subject. You need to follow that schedule. You need to join the classes and we'll be covering everything. Sir, I told you that enjoy the journey. Destination will be a cakewalk. What we are doing today, you joining this class, you attending this class, that's the journey. Once you start enjoying these things, once joining the class, in coming to the class is no more a burden for you, you love to be part of this class. Sir, remember, trust me, all these things would be very easy and you will be very easily able to achieve your destiny. Yes, Aparna, each and every subject, starting from one particular subject, we will gradually cover all subject NCERTs. So, sir, for Indian polity, we need to read 6th to 12th NCERTs, along with that one reference book, that is M. Lakshmikant. A very famous book, the most suggested book. You need to master these two resources. When it comes to history, sir, 6th to 12th NCERTs. Then we have ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. For ancient history, there is a book called R.S. Sharma. For medieval history, there is a book called Satish Chandra. And for modern history, there is a book called Spectrum. You need to cover this. Guys, you can take this screenshot or you can note these things down. Yes, Voyage Unplanned. Voyage Unplanned, can you please let me know your real name? Because Voyage Unplanned, like calling you Voyage Unplanned seems like I'm talking to a machine. Sir, then we go to geography. Again, 6th to 12th NCERTs for geography. Then there's a reference book known as GC Leong, Go Shin Leong. You need to go through this book. And Atlas, sir, Atlas becomes very important. Rishika Verma, once we are able to complete NCERTs, then we'll go for Tamil Nadu history books also, so that we can understand or we can know about the South Indian kingdoms. So we'll do that, don't worry. Guys, I assure you, there will be nothing left untouched if you regularly follow these classes. Geography, Atlas is very important because UPSC's favorite portion is maps. UPSC at times, or UPSC many times, asks you questions related to maps. There is some country, for example, recently SCO summit is going on in Samarkand. So Samarkand is in Uzbekistan. So you may see a question that what are the countries bordering Uzbekistan? So we always need to have atlas with us whenever we are studying anything, any country, any area, any water body. Arunaditya Kumar, I'll come to this. Bache, economy starts from ninth class only. You won't see 6th, 7th, 8th NCRT anywhere, because for the very first time when we were introduced to economy subject, it was in our ninth class. Aparna will try to cover world geography from NCRTs only. Once we are done with that, then I'll suggest you certain other books. I told you, stick to these resources for the first chance. Once we are crystal clear, once we remember each and everything from these NCRTs, then only we'll proceed to another books. For economy, we can go for, okay, I'll change it to 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. And then there is a reference book called Ramesh Singh. We have art and culture, there is 11th class NCERT, and there is a book called Nitin Singhania. This is very helpful book when it comes to art and culture. We have environment. So sir, 12th class biology NCERT, last 4 chapters. These are related to environment. Okay, Vishnu. Nice to have you all guys here. Guys, can I ask for a promise from all of you? If you are liking this class, can I ask for one promise from all of you? Are you ready to give me a promise? So the promise I need from you guys is that, like this, from today onwards, we'll be having daily live classes on this channel. Will you guys join those classes every day? I assure you, sir, that if you join those classes every day for months to come, each and everything written on in or discussed in this chapter, this lecture, sir, we'll be covering everything. I just need your cooperation. I want all of you in the live classes. So can I be assured of this thing that tomorrow when I come live on this channel, all these names, Vishnu, Aparna, Rishika, everybody who has joined, you guys will be here. Then guys, we have a subject, Arun Aditya Kumar definitely will. So I would expect all of you tomorrow and for days to come. I request you all to please share this lecture so that your friends, your relatives, they also have the idea, or they should also know that we can prepare for UPSC like this. What are the sources? Sir, then this subject called science and technology. For that, we need to study NCRTs from 6th to 12th. Then there are certain science and technology magazines which will offer you current insights of the things happening around you. And a most important part, current affairs. Sir, current affairs is something that is ever increasing. You know what? I'll tell you one thing that may scares few of you. Everyday newspaper is your syllabus. Everyday newspaper is your source, because current affairs we need to study every day and current affairs are coming in newspaper. So if you miss newspaper for a day, you remember that you have missed important source. And because that source is coming new every day, you will not be able to cover that missed portion. So make this a routine that you never miss on current affairs. You miss on anything, sir, you skip one time meal, you sleep an hour less, but don't ever skip your newspaper if you are planning to qualify this examination. Sir, for current affairs, there are newspapers, The Hindu, Indian Express. Then there are monthly magazines. There is something called as PIB, Press Information Bureau, a government body that puts into public domain day-to-day happenings of government, all the important decisions that our government takes on day-to-day basis that are put into public domain by an organization called as Press Information Bureau, PIB. Then we have, sir, Unacademy current affair videos. You must have seen on this channel, I come up with current event videos. If you haven't seen, you must see all of them, because each and every video has some topic which can be asked in the examination. So you'll regularly see those current affair videos on this channel. Apart from that, you need to go through PIB, you need to follow your newspaper religiously. Sir, if you are able to do things till here, what I have told you till now, 90% job is done. Out of the 4.5 lakh competition, sir, you have already left behind 90% of people. Are we getting things or not? Now this is very important part. Next question that must be coming in many of your minds. No, Aparna, you have to follow only one newspaper. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, guys. Remember, don't do this that I am reading Hindu also, I am reading Indian Express also. Your entire day will go in this only. Just one newspaper, whichever you like, for any reason. Maybe somebody likes the fragrance of Hindu newspaper, maybe somebody likes images in Hindu newspaper, maybe somebody likes the paper quality of Hindu newspaper or Indian Express. So any of these newspapers you opt, but you have to follow it. Unnati Sharma, is asking, sir, can I prepare for BSc? Can I prepare for UPSC after my BSc or after MSc? I think you should prepare for UPSC along with your BSc exam, because BSc is a 3 years degree. So in those 3 years, you can, if you are able to give 5 hours a day, you will be very easily able to qualify this examination. Now, a question in almost all of you's minds is, how many hours to study? What is the answer to this? Sir, since I am taking this lecture particularly for beginners, I assume that everybody who is watching this lecture is simultaneously pursuing some degree. Maybe he is in his college, he is in his university doing 10th, 11th, 12th. Somebody may be doing graduation, somebody may be doing post graduation, or somebody may be doing doctorate also. So I already have this thing in mind that you are giving much of your time for your current assignment. That can be your school classes, that can be your graduation classes, that can be your post graduation classes, that can be your doctoral work. But sir, if we aspire to qualify this examination, we need to put in effort. Sir, I am not asking for much. Can you give me 5 hours a day? Sir, if you can give me 5 hours a day, our purpose is solved. Sir, we'll divide this 5 hours in 3 ways. Out of these 5 hours, 2 hours you need to give to the newspaper. It can be The Hindu, it can be Indian Express, it can be any of the newspaper, or any source you follow for the current news. You need to give 2 hours every day. Next 2 hours you need to give for static syllabus. Static syllabus is what, sir? NCERTs, reference books, which I discussed with you. Everything I discussed, like in sources, we need to give at least 2 hours to them. And sir, 1 hour every day we need to give to writing practice, because our mains is all about how well we can write in very brief time period. When you will be appearing for your mains, there will be questions you will be getting 8 minutes to attempt, and there will be certain question will have to attempt in 10 minutes. Sir, mains examination is so lengthy that there will be two sections. One section will be of 150 words, other section will be of 250 words. Sir, the questions where you have to write 150 words, for each question you will be getting exact 8 minutes, and for questions to be answered in 250 minutes, 250 words, you will get 10 minutes to answer each question. So you'll have to put in each and everything you have learnt about that topic within 8 minutes and within 10 minutes. That is only possible, sir. 8 minutes and 10 minutes is a very short span of time if you haven't practiced this art of answer writing. So from today onwards, make this a habit that we have to start our writing practice. How to start that? Sir, with the help of internet, you Google UPSC previous year questions, previous year questions and model answers. Vishnu is asking, sir, how can I prepare with the job? Vishnu, can you give me 5 hours a day after your job? If you are able to do, you will be able to qualify this examination, and 8 to 10 months time would be more than sufficient. Sir, how to start with your writing practice? Go on Google, search UPSC previous year questions along with model answers. You will get the entire list of questions that are asked by UPSC along with their model answer. You have to do nothing. Take a blank sheet. Take a blank sheet of paper Note down the question and just note down the model answer that is given. Start this routine. Every day you will write 2 answers. Just copy it initially. See, in your initial days, I cannot expect that you will be able to write a masterpiece, you will be able to write a very advanced answer. But at least, Aparna, in GS mains, 20 questions will be there in every paper. Each paper will carry 20 questions. 10 questions will you would have to answer in 150 words. 10 questions you have to answer in 250 words. Sir, I cannot expect, or I'm not expecting you to write a master answer the very first day of your preparation, but at least we can copy. But this copy of the answer should not be like that you went on internet, you copied with the help of a mouse and pasted it somewhere in MS Word or in notes. Sir, you need to write it down, because ultimately UPSC, while conducting mains examination, will not ask you to type the answer for them. They will simply ask you, write it, brother. So every day you will write 2 answers. Kirti, can you suggest how many hours I should give? And I am in first year now. Kirti, bache, I am already telling 5 hours. If you are able to give 5 hours to start with the preparation, I think that's more than enough. Sir, daily you have to write 2 answers, and every day you have to read the answers you written a day ago. For example, today I go back home, I write question 1, question 2. Tomorrow I write question 3, question 4, and after writing these 2 questions, I'll just read what I had written in question number 1 and 2. Then on third day, I am writing question number 5, question number 6, and I need to just read what I had written in question number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Every day follow this routine, write 2 new answers and just read those answers which you had written the previous days. You know what will happen after this? When you will be reading those answers on daily basis, you won't even realize that you have remembered each and every word that you wrote in those answers. For example, you follow this routine for next 1 year. We have 365 days. Okay, we consider, I'll give you the leverage for 15 days, that for 15 days either it's your birthday, you have to go to some marriage, you are not well, you have gone somewhere, there's some personal thing going on. So I give you liberty of 15 days, you are left with 350 days. Sir, for next 350 days, if you are writing 2 answers per day, by the end of the year, you will have 700 answers. And since you are reading those answers every day, you won't realize that you have remembered every answer in your mind without even putting a single effort. Sir, if you remember 700 questions along with their model answers for UPSC examination, these 700 questions will give you that much of content that you can answer any question that comes your way. After 1 year, these entire 700 answers would be part of your memory, and ultimately you will have that much of content that you would be able to answer each and every question coming your way. Sir, that's the entire strategy. I hope I am clear with majority of your queries. Many of the students must be having these queries. So queries of students are like, sir, what is the exam pattern? Yes, sir, we are clear with the exam pattern. The next query can be, sir, what are the subjects to be covered? We are clear with that. Sir, what are the sources? We are clear with that. Sir, how many hours to study? We are clear with that. Sir, how to start answer writing? We are clear with that. Any doubt apart from this? There is one doubt left that I'll discuss in a short while. As of now, any doubt other than these? Because I have tried to cover these doubts. Even without your asking, I had the idea that these must be your doubtful areas. So I should address these. Any other doubt apart from this, except this one doubt? Is coaching important? Okay, Kirti is saying notes. बच्चे notes you will be getting in the class only. Yes, Vishnu, I'll tell you the fee for the classes. Classes on YouTube will be absolutely free, but we have our own constraints. Rishika Verma, we cannot practice answer writing from newspaper. We can just include certain news references while writing our answers. Hello Diksha Sardhalia, good evening, how are you? Kirti has asked about notes. Guys, when we will be doing our daily classes, I'll be giving you notes simultaneously. Okay. There is one question: is coaching important? Sir, there are two terms which are at times used interchangeably. There is something called as coaching and there is something called as guidance. Sir, what I am giving you right now is guidance. So I tell you today, sir, coaching is not necessary, but guidance is very, very important. I told you earlier also that you will have lakhs of sources for this exam preparation. So before we know what to study, it's even more important to know what not to study. Getting it or not? Just because we have n number of things around us, before we know what to study, we need to know what not to study, and these things will be able to understand only with the guidance. Either you take the guidance or there is another option. If you don't want the guidance, there is another option. You make certain mistakes, you give your attempt, you are unable to qualify, then you again make certain mistakes, you are unable to qualify, then after one or two attempts you will be able to understand, okay, these were the things I was not doing right, now I should do it the other way. But remember, these are not only the two attempts, these are 2 years of your life. So we cannot compromise with time when it comes to career, sir. So this guidance becomes our utmost importance, and sir, we at Unacademy are offering you this guidance. As I told you that from tomorrow onwards, I'll be coming up with NCERT classes. We'll be covering each and NCERT of each and every subject for each and every class. But sir, we have certain limitations. See, you all are watching this class for free on YouTube. Tomorrow when I come up with NCERT classes, you will be watching those classes for free. And it's not only you, lakhs of aspirants will be able to watch those classes free of cost on the YouTube. But do you think that lakhs of them will be able to qualify? No, sir. I already told you that only 800 to 900 people will qualify this examination. So there has to be certain difference in preparation which will make you part of this list of 800 to 900 people. So what will bring that difference? Are Unacademy's subscription, Unacademy's classes. Sir, with Unacademy, you can start your UPSC preparation with India's best educators. All these people have years of experience. They come from those backgrounds that they have learned, they have remembered, they have experienced this entire exam process. So they will be making things easier for you. You have to make a small effort. You have to join us in our subscriptions. You can be the part of Iconic subscription where you'll get live mentorship. We'll provide you daily answer writing practice. We'll give you MCQs, chat based doubt solving, study booster sessions, physical notes, doubt solving, regular classes. Sir, every year with its notification, UPSC comes with the syllabus. I request all of you that tomorrow when you join me in my class, you must have gone through this syllabus. You can easily find that syllabus on internet. Simply you have to Google UPSC syllabus and you will find the entire syllabus. Sir, I assure you, I guarantee you that if you opt for Unacademy subscriptions, not even a single word which is part of this syllabus will not be discussed. Each and every word, each and every term, each and every sentence, each and every topic that is mentioned by UPSC in its syllabus, we'll discuss it, we'll understand it, we'll memorize it in detail, and ultimately that becomes the process of appearing and qualifying the examination. What any exam demands for you, for every exam there is one syllabus. You read that syllabus, you memorize that syllabus, you understand that syllabus, and ultimately you appear in this examination and you write whatever you have learned here. Now the question comes, sir, somebody has asked, sir, what is the course fee? So I am telling you here, sir, course fee is gonna be different for Iconic, course fee is gonna be different for Plus, and it depends upon the duration. We have courses for 12 months, we have courses for 18 months, we have courses for 24 months. It's entirely up to you which course you want to opt for. See, it's entirely differs from person to person. For example, somebody is able to understand certain things at once, whereas somebody may be able to understand the very similar thing when explained twice or thrice. So that will decide that how easily, how fast you can understand the things, and basis on that, you can opt for the subscription. So you can opt for 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. You can opt for Plus subscription, you can opt for Iconic subscription. And sir, for a very limited period, we are offering you 20% discount. For example, if somebody wants to opt for 12 months subscription at Iconic, the price is 79,715 for 1 year, but you will have to pay just rupees 63,772 because we are giving you 20% discount. But at one condition, you have to use this code IAS Icons. Remember this code IAS Icons, you have to use it. And one more thing, sir, many of you must be seeing that, sir, it's really difficult for us to pay this entire amount at once. So, sir, we give you EMI option. I told you in the starting also. It's not necessary that you pay the entire amount at once. You simply can avail the EMI option where you will be paying this entire amount in small installments, in monthly installments. So, sir, you can get subscription for UPSC examination, which the subscription which will make you IAS IPS officer in future at a very less monthly cost. The cost that is even lesser than what your parents have paid when you were in school or when you were in college. Sir, you need to opt for the subscription. You have to use this code IAS Icons. Unacademy has started mains test series for 23. You can master the answer writing technique. Unacademy gives you Doubt Darbar, where thousands of aspirants have cleared their doubts. I hope we are clear with each and everything we discussed. All your queries are answered here. Aparna, I'll be sharing the schedule very soon. Kirti, yes sir. Yeah, I told you that 21 years is the minimum age, and then upper age limit differs with category. We'll discuss it some other day, but minimum age is 21 years. Anybody who is of 21 years of age can appear in UPSC examination. Guys, are we clear till here or not? Do we have any doubt till here? Please let me know. Please let me know if you have any doubt, if you have any query. I'll address it here. Kirti, you should be of 21 years of age on the 1st of January of the year you are appearing for this examination. Guys, I'm sharing link for this, for the Telegram channel where you will be getting all important information. You all should join that Telegram channel at the earliest. I have shared the link. You can join the Telegram channel. We'll be giving you certain updates over there. And one request I have to make, sir, if you like this session, if you think that this session was helpful for you, please do like, share, subscribe to our channel, and give your valuable feedback that how this channel was through the medium of comments. Your comments would really be motivating for me. I request you all to please drop your valuable comments in the comment section after the video gets over, so that if anybody comes in, sees this video and is able to read the comments, this will act as review for him that how well the things are going on here. And do remember the promise that you guys made with me. From tomorrow onwards, you will be joining me on regular basis. Kirti, Aparna, Rishika, Vishnu, Diksha, and all those who joined us today. Thank you very much, guys. I hope I'll see you in the classes to come. Thank you very much. All the best. Keep working hard. Bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind.